man, Bizi Black. I just want to give a shout out to Colabent and the Greenhouse Gallery for hosting me, doing an interview with me. I got the cleanup coming up, SG2, the homeless tape, and then from CA to NJ with Jag. You feel me? So we working, and I'm dropping a freestyle every week at Bizi Black, B-I-Z-I Black, Eastway.
What's good, guys? It's your girl, Tone Motivates, back with another Set the Tone interview on behalf of Colabent. And we are at Greenhouse Gallery and Studio with Sauce It Up Entertainment. And I am sitting here with Bizi Black. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. And yourself, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's always a vibe. It's jam-packed here. All kinds of artists and stuff like that. So the energy is crazy. There's
definitely a lot of different type of energy in the room.
Yes.
A lot of positive energy.
Yes.
I like being around that. Yeah.
Yes, me too. So where are you from?
I'm from Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, Eastway.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, Eastway. You know how we do when they say, "Where you from?" You know what I mean?
Yes. My best friend, husband grew up in Elizabeth. So
some people don't believe some of the stories I got about this city.
Yeah, they're true. They're very true.
I remember being 6 years old in the pioneer homes in the projects, and I seen this man jump from the third floor to the second floor air conditioner, to the first floor air conditioner, and then to the ground just to get away from the police.
Yes, I already knew you was gonna say the police because it's by any means necessary.
Like it was a movie.
I bet it was.
I thought he was Superman at that time.
Wow. Would you talk about PM?
No, this was Pioneer Homes. My project downtown.
Okay.
First to Mag. Yeah.
Okay. And then it's crazy
they tore it down on 99. Yeah.
Downtown is uptown and uptown is downtown.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I don't understand. I swear it's like the only city in New Jersey that does that. So if somebody says downtown.
When we say we from downtown, we from the port area.
Yeah. All right.
Where they bring all the Ferraris and all the extra goodies and stuff,
Look,
make sure everybody working.
Any pier, any waterfront, I'm there. We have a lot of waterfronts out here in New Jersey. That's one of the things that I love about our state.
Yeah.
But
place to relax, a little bit.
Absolutely.
Catch a vibe, meet different people.
Absolutely a vibe. Yes, I've sat out there all night, just rap. Well, I'm not rapping, but just people around us freestyling. You meet all kinds of people. We saw a baby fox one time. It get lit out there. So yes, much respect to Eastwick.
Thank you.
So let people know what it is that you do.
I rap, I produce. I do it all. I'm not even a jack of all trades. I'm honestly not to toot my own. I'm a master. I've been doing it for so long that this is what I do. Like even beforehand, me and my brother and the dude that I went to the studio with when I first went to the studio when I was 14, we just did a song.
Wow.
Now I don't write my rhymes. I freestyle. So I either punch in 8 bars verses, do a whole 16, or I write it in my head beforehand.
Okay. So
I'm done with my verse. I'm waiting on them to write the song. You know?
So that memory is A1.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, I like an elephant for real.
Yes. So that's dope. So you don't hear about a lot of artists that can freestyle off the head or memorize. So is some of your aspirations like Biggie, Jay-Z, stuff like that?
I was influenced to do that more by Jay.
Okay.
By Jay and Wayne.
Okay.
When I realized that
Weezy, baby.
When I realized that the cadence they was able to project with their voices and the type of time they were able to spit in double time or triple time, and to think quickly on their feet if they needed to.
Yeah.
It provides all of that. I mean, it's just simply like repeating the same bars to yourself until you memorize them. And once you digest them, you can spew them out however you want. You won't even be thinking as you're saying it, just saying it, and then you can freak it a different way when you feel like it.
Right.
You feel
That's
me?
dope. Look,
it works for like anything that you do. So say if I'm preparing a speech, I can project a different type of emotion to get a type of reaction that I want.
Right.
At a certain part within the speech. Because I practiced it and memorized.
Yes. You're absolutely right, because I never looked at it in that way for everything else, but that's how I feel about interviewing. I've trained over like 500 nurses, technicians, and stuff like that in healthcare, and some people are so nervous, especially when they go in and it's the panelists of people. It's not like just 1 or 2 people.
I usually do good interviews. I'll be good.
It's the same thing. Research the company, tweak it. They want to know the best experience. They want to know the worst experience. They want to know when you went out of your way.
And what you can bring to the table.
Yes, it's always the same questions. They might word it differently, but it's the same question. So it's all about how you present yourself and just tweaking it depending on who you're in front of.
And don't get it twisted, it's not like I never wrote in my life, but since I've been freestyling from a kid till about, I was like 12, I was freestyling between the ages of 8 and 12. Then I started writing my rhymes from 12 to 16, which helped strengthen my vocabulary. So by the time I stopped writing again, I had a whole different type of wordplay to take from. Because I was reading thesauruses, dictionaries, and stuff like that, building my vocabulary subconsciously. So by the time I was 16, I was a whole different type of force.
Yes. So, do you love to read?
Yes.
I would assume that because talk about this. People don't even know, especially kids, because they don't even know what the hell a thesaurus is.
Oh my God. We going to school them. I mean, make sure my daughter knows.
Yes, absolutely. Mine's too. So, who was your inspiration back in the day, like when you're around 8 years old? What made you say, all right, this is what I want to do?
The song Down Bottom by Drag-On and Juvenile. When I heard that beat go crazy, and then the way Juvenile started flipping his flow and the way Drag came in first, it just, and the type of metaphors he was using, I said, that's what I want to do.
Right. And you know something that I always remembered about Drag-On? He has a speech impediment. He stuttered or something like that, but you never knew that on a track. Like
never.
He just flowed.
He destroys track. Yes. Like it was nothing. His confidence is at peak level on every track.
Yes.
So that's how I walk. Like you can't tell Drag-On he not the best rapper. Right. And from certain aspects, he would be right. As far as spitting fast and giving you metaphors that are very complex, he was different. He made you think with his metaphor.
Absolutely.
That was something that Eminem popularized, but that's when I first heard that from Drag-On.
Right.
The long metaphors.
Right. So. That's dope. All right, so what do you got going on right now?
You wouldn't believe, like, I'm working on 4 projects, 3 solos. I got a whole tape completed with Jag from Compton. Okay. We got a couple of, crazy features on it. I don't want to mention too many names. There might be some stuff online that you might see, whatever. But shout out to Jag. He was on me in 2012 when my group had dropped a tape, and he commented on our tape pure off the content.
Wow.
He wasn't worried about the views. Right. It was what we was doing on the tape. Right. You feel me? And I'm always respected for that. Right. He actually that's how I look.
Yeah, so we know that parenting don't have a manual, right? And one of the greatest things that you can do is be a parent. We think that when we have kids, we see them physically growing, but we're growing with them. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we grow as much as they do because we don't have that manual and stuff like that. So I think one of the greatest things in the world that you could do, besides all of your accolades, the legacy you leave and all that stuff, is to
my greatest accomplishment is being the father.
Yeah, I agree.
That has fueled me to do so much more for my life, to make sure that her life is better.
Yes, I have a 19-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter. So I'm raising one at a time. You feel me?
You start over after 19?
Yeah. And I mean,
I'm thinking about it too.
It's great though, because like I seen everything with him as a boy and all that, and he's a strong black man. He's smart. He's not in the streets, all that, right?
Good. God bless.
He's a gamer and an anime freak. You know what I mean?
It's money in that too. Yeah. Someone look online,
And it costs money too. You know what I mean? He could have easily been Kai Cenat. I got him all kinds of stuff and he ain't paying no mind to it. But granted, he went to school for Voltech, all that. So proud of you. Shout out to Jakai, Sanjet Chi. And my daughter is a whole nother ball game. She boss baby. She run a whole damn house. I'd be like, damn, I don't know what the hell I set myself up for. But if I have a bad day, I know that once I get to her, nothing matters. I'm good. You know what I mean?
All I gotta do is see a smile on my daughter's face. Change everything.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Gabriella.
Yeah, shout out Gabriella. So with that being said, what do you have to come? What's coming up?
I got like 4 projects. The first one is called The Cleanup. It's the all clean lyrics tape. Recently formulated. The only song that's kind of old is probably going to be the first single, which is called Deleted Scenes, because that's from when I was homeless. Like the first verse I recorded while I was homeless. The second verse I recorded about a week ago to kind of reflected on that part of my life. Okay. So that's why it's called Deleted Scenes, because you didn't get to really see that part.
Right. And that's beautiful, guys. One thing that you need to know is that if you're at the bottom, the only way is up.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Most
It's
definitely.
all about your mindset. Now, depression, all that's real.
Very
you know
real.
I mean?
Everything will shut down when you're depressed.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why my name is Tone Motivates, because I know when I get in a rut, baby, that rut is deep. But I allow myself to cope, absorb those feelings, process them, all that extra stuff. I give myself a day and then it's out of that. You know what I mean? What am I going to do to make myself feel better? What am I going to do to make the situation better? Whatever the case may be. But as long as you go to sleep and you wake up the next day and your feet can hit that floor, you can make it. And you have to believe that. Nobody else can tell you what to believe or how to feel. None of that even matters. People could believe, trust you, all that stuff. But if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you can do it,
you ain't going nowhere. You're going to stay stagnant.
Period. You know what I mean? So just be consistent. Do whatever it is that you have to do to get
and
where
put
you
them
need
hours
to get.
in. Stop trying to take the easy way out. If y'all rappers is using ChatGPT, they have information and apps to prove that you are using the AI. You could check any music that I've ever made. I've never used AI, and I will never use AI for my lyrics.
Yes.
It's an art form. I take it very seriously. And any rapper that's ever said he wrote for me, he lied. You might have wrote that one chorus for me that you said, and then I might have said it because I figured it sounded a little better if I say it.
Right.
But you ain't never write none of my bars.
Yes.
Ever.
So stop lying. Stop lying, all right? So, where do you see yourself in 3 years?
I honestly, I don't know. I can't fathom that right now. You know, I live day by day. You know, at 3 years, my daughter gonna be graduating high school or really close to it. So I want to make sure that I leave something behind for her.
Right.
You know, set her up really nice.
Yes,
you know,
yes. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, so let the people know where they can find you.
I'm on Instagram at Bizi Black, Bizi Black. You know, and TikTok at Bizi Black 908. Twitter is the same as Instagram. D.A.N Crew Music is the official channel for the label. That's D.A.N Crew Music. Sometimes the little dance Jabberwockies pop up sometimes because they kind of mix them together. But if you type in D, capital A, capital N Crew, we should pop up first. Or you can just type in Bizi Black and it'll all pop up.
Right. And all of that information will be below, guys. And as always, always love.
I'm still dropping every week too. Every week. Even if I drop a project, I'm going to drop a freestyle on top of it.
Every week. Every week.